So first off, we're gonna rewind to a couple years ago when I made a video, and let's just go there. It's not that easy packing up a sedan for fishing, but you make do with what you got. Hopefully, after we close on our house, I could finally get my truck. Been looking forward to that for like 10 years. It would just make a lot of things so much easier. But let's go fishing. What is going on, everybody? I am proud to introduce my new vehicle, my mode of transportation from point A to point B. Gets me from here to there, or there to here. This is my 2019 F-150 Limited Edition. It is platinum pearl white. Got it last week, about 10 days ago now. I've had it for 10 days. Got a tank and a half in. This thing is a monster. This thing is an absolute monster. When I went to the dealership, I really had no intention of buying a truck that day. I went to go look at it. I wanted to show my wife the Fords. And I got suckered in to the Limited. I wasn't looking for the Limited. Just before I left the house, a friend of mine said, get the Raptor. I said, I don't need all that horsepower. Well, horsepower I have. This puppy's got a twin turbo V6 putting out 450 horsepower. It is the most powerful vehicle I have ever had in my life. It is my first truck. I am very, very excited. I haven't wanted to open it up yet on the highway. It just cruises along effortlessly. So let's take a look at it. There's many reasons that I wanted a truck. I've wanted a truck pretty much my whole adult life. It wasn't feasible or practical when we lived in New York, just because kids were little, and we wound up getting a minivan. We moved to Colorado, we got rid of the minivan, but my wife didn't necessarily want a truck, so we wound up getting a Honda Pilot. Good car. Truck probably would have been a good option. I was always looking at trucks. I didn't know what I wanted. When I graduated from anesthesia school, I knew that I wanted to get a truck. I didn't know which one. I was really drawn to the GMC Sierra Denali. I just really liked the styling, except for two things. One, it didn't have air conditioning vents in the back seat. I don't know why. It's 2019. Yeah, the center vents are big enough that they can get air to the back, but they don't have their own dedicated vents. That was a huge negative because we live here in Florida and it is hot in the summer. My kids would always be dying getting in my car in the summer. One of the other things, which I didn't even know it was something I didn't like, I knew I didn't like it, but it wasn't until a friend of mine told me that the wheel wells are not rounded. They're more of a rectangle shape. And I didn't even know that until he pointed it out, and then I couldn't stop looking at it. I didn't like that. I went on a Boy Scout camping trip down to Key West, and two of the dads had F-250s. And I'd always thought that Ford interiors were plasticky, judging by the pictures on the website, the Ford website. And it wasn't until I was actually inside one that I realized that, hey, it doesn't look that plasticky. So on my way home from work one day, I stopped at the dealership and I took a look at the 2018 Ford F150. Looked at the turbo diesel, the 3-liter turbo diesel, and I was like, hey, this interior is actually really nice. Because when we were in Vegas, which you saw that Grand Canyon and the Zion videos, hopefully, if not, check them out. We had a Ford Explorer for a week, and I actually really liked the interior. It wasn't as plasticky as I once thought it was. So I was like, hey, let's go check out the Fords. So I went and I looked, and I really liked it. And then a couple days later, I took my wife down to the dealership, and we both looked at it. We test drove a couple. The only platinum trim levels, which is one below the Limited, they only had red interiors. It was like a reddish, like almost like the King Ranch color, and I just didn't like. I'm particular about the interiors. Like, they used to have blue in the Chevy trucks and the red, and I just didn't like it. I've always had a black interior. Now this interior is not. This is the Limited trim. It's like a brown with a beige taupe type color, and it really looks sharp. It's really sharp when you put them together. Let's go for a little drive. Talk while I'm driving. Hopefully the camera doesn't fall over. So, I've driven this truck for a little over 900 miles now, and it is smooth. I mean, there are some times where the road is rough, and it's going to be rough no matter what car you're in. But the seats are super comfortable. They have this, in the Limited trim, they have this feature that is not available on any other trim, and that is massaging seats. The seats massage, and that is kind of what sold my wife on this. I mean, we have been taking this car everywhere. The truck, we have not even driven her car in a while as a family because this one is so comfortable. So it's really comfortable. It's a joy to drive. The sunroof is huge. I'll show you that in a minute. I'm just driving over to the mailbox. And that is one thing that I missed. When I had my old Subaru, I had the sunroof extended into the back seats. And I love driving with the sunroof open. I just enjoy driving with the sunroof open. And my middle Subaru, the last car, did not have a sunroof, and I didn't like it. So I had to make sure that I got a sunroof. So a couple of things about the interior. I'll show you said sunroof. So with the push of a button, look at how big it is. I can't even reach the back with it. So it opens, the slide opens halfway, and then the sunroof itself opens. And then you push the button once more and it opens up a little bit more. Then the shade goes back even further. I mean, the sunroof's got to be like 4 feet long. It's insane. It's insane how big it is. So, really, really digging that. The console is nice. At night, there's ambient lighting. All the knobs, there's this nice blue light around it. Just getting used to some of these buttons is different. Like, for instance, my volume controls were on this side on the Subaru, and I drive with my left hand. So I gotta reach down with my thumb. Not a big deal, but it's just different. So it's just getting used to it. The radio sounds great. It's the Bang & Olufsen system. and it sounds great. The climate control is great. It's got heated and cooled seats. It's got rear heated seats. I've got a cigarette lighter in here, a cigarette lighter. I've got a cigarette lighter in the center console. I've got a cigarette lighter and a plug here. And then I've got 2 USBs there. There's 2 USBs in the back, a cigarette lighter and a 112 outlet. I mean, I could plug everything into here. It's really nice. It's totally different than anything that I've had before. It's gonna help me do things a little bit better. It's gonna help me get to kayaking easier because I can just slide the kayak from the cart into the bed. Going camping, I can just throw everything in the bed. I don't have to play Tetris like I used to. I can fit fishing poles in the back, no problem. And bicycles. I mean, we could do so many things better. Not that they were impossible in the Subaru, they were just more difficult. Couple of mods. I did one mod already because I drove into the parking garage at work and I didn't quite fit. The clearance was first 8'2". I was like, no problem, gonna make it, no problem. Then the next one was 7 feet. And I opened the sunroof to see how close I was going to come to hitting the clearance thing, and it cleared no problem. But after I went through it, I heard something. The antenna hit. The antenna was over 7 feet tall, and so I got a stubby. It's so small you can barely even see it, but it's right there. And there's only one station, which is a pop station, and I don't really care about that station. That doesn't come through well, but that's fine. We'll do a little tour of the outside now that we kind of did the interior. The running boards are motorized, as you can see. You close it and they go up automatically. We've got 22s. I like these wheels. One thing I don't understand about the truck is with the 4x4 how the back is higher than the front. The leveling kit, it'll bring the front up about 2 inches, but I don't think I'm going to do that. The grille, I really like the XLT STX grille better, but I'm probably not going to change it. We've got fog lights, LED headlights, the mirrors fold in, plus this F150 badge is super nice. The mirrors fold in automatically. And then the deck lid, it's power assisted, so it'll go down and it'll stop, and then the step comes out, down, this handle comes out and up, and then you just grab and step up. It's got a spray-in liner. We walked on, in the Platinum, we walked in a drop-in bed liner and it just felt like crap. But there's no power up. And you know, one of the big draws to that GMC Sierra was that power tailgate, but I didn't need that. And if you have something in the hitch, it's gonna hit it and it doesn't prevent it. And I mean, the guy said this hitch is really expensive, and you know, I didn't need the hitch. What I wanted was not to be like super gas guzzler. That GMC was required premium. This requires regular, or minimum of regular, and this gets a little bit better gas mileage than that V8. So I don't know, we'll have this for a few years, and if it just doesn't work out, I'll get something a little more gas mileage friendly, and we'll take it from there. But I love this truck. You're gonna see a few more videos probably. We're going to the Smokies in July. Probably gonna take this. It's gonna be awesome. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. leave a comment in the comment section if you can. Doubt it, but go ahead, and we'll see you in the next video.